Hello, what is up everybody? Matt Modi here with OddsJam. In this video, here to give you my favorite DFS plays for today. So using the DFS platforms like PrizePicks, like Underdog, like Thrive, like Monkey Knife Fight, using those platforms, or I guess I should say using OddsJam to find player props to lock in for those platforms. So for these DFS companies, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you know how they work, but if not, I'll make it really quick. It's basically like a player prop parlay. The main difference is you get the same payouts no matter what plays you add. So for PrizePicks, for Underdog, for Thrive, for Monkey Knife Fight, for all of them, if you have a two-leg player prop entry, you're going to double your money no matter what. Doesn't matter what plays you add, you're going to double your money. So because of that, because the implied odds are going to be plus 200 for every two-leg entry, you can kind of back out what the implied odds for an individual player prop would be. And that's what you see here for like this minus 137. And I can show you what that means if I go to a parlay calculator. There it is, I'm blind. And you just type in a two-leg parlay for minus 137 odds each way, and parlay odds of like plus 200. So if you risk 50 bucks, you pretty much double your money. That's kind of how it works with these two-leg ones. So because you have the same payouts no matter what plays you add, the goal here and the way to be profitable on these DFS platforms is to lock in to add player props that are likely to hit. And I know that sounds obvious, like thanks Captain Obvious, I want to bet player props that have a high likelihood of hitting. You were correct in mocking me for saying that, but you need to think about it in terms of an odds perspective. Like if you're betting on a player prop on an actual sports book, like a DraftKings, like a FanDuel, that the sports book deems heavily likely to occur, you're gonna have some very unfavorable odds for that player prop. Like for this Dylan Brooks one, look at where the other sports books price it, right? Like this is a player prop that is likely to hit. Look at where these books price it in the minus 200s, except for DraftKings, which is minus 195. This is exactly what I mean by finding a player prop that is likely to occur. No matter what, Monkey Knife Fight is giving us minus 137 for this play, and I'll get into it, and this is going to be one of my official player props that I recommend betting. Well, I guess not betting, that I recommend playing for these DFS platforms. The Dylan Brooks under 1.5 steals plus blocks. So basically he'll go under 2 of that category. He won't have 2 steals plus blocks. So Monkey Knife Fight is giving you the implied odds of minus 137. And look at literally what every other book prices this. Literally, like I said, in the minus 200s. So this is an example of what I mean by find a player prop that is likely to hit. And when I say likely to hit, I don't mean that you think is going to hit. Like, oh, I think this is a really good play. Trae Young over points, whatever. I only say that because I missed the Trae Young points a couple days ago. Fresh in the mind. But finding player props that the sports books are telling you that is likely to occur. That is what I mean. And one way to determine that, of course, like OddsJam is going to pull up a bunch of plays for you that are going to be profitable DFS plays. But one thing that I find fascinating about sports betting is all odds have a win percentage associated with them. So like plus 100 has a 50% win percentage. Minus 200 is like it's like a 66% win percentage, something like that. So all these player props, we can actually determine based on what OddsJam calculates the perfect line to be. These no-vig odds can be viewed as the true line of what a sports book should be priced at. They're pulled from the sharpest sports books in the world, so that's why they're so accurate. You can literally, if you click this calculator here, like this Dylan Brooks one has a over 63% chance of hitting. So you can actually mathematically determine what player props are likely to hit and then put those into your DFS plays. So right now I'm just on the OddsJam positive EV page and I filter specifically for the DFS platforms, Monkey Knife Fight, Thrive, Underdog, and PrizePicks. I'm filtering specifically for them. So all of these plays would be good plays to add to your DFS entries for today. And they're all player props that are likely to occur. So the first one that I've talked about here, Dylan Brooks under 1.5 steals plus blocks. All the sports books that priced odds individually, like a DraftKings, and then this sportsbook here, Pinnacle / the OddsJam line. It's the same thing. This is the sharpest sportsbook in the world, so these odds get the heaviest weight in terms of for these no vig odds here, the heaviest weight. But then the rest of them are still in the minus 200s. So this is a good play. This next one, very similar logic here. PJ Washington, same market, but this time we're taking an over 1.5 steals plus blocks. PJ Washington, not quite as favorable as the last one, but still really good. Pinnacle at minus 200. DraftKings at minus 180 is the lowest. The other two, minus 190, minus 199. This one still has a win percentage of over 60%. So if you add these two together, you just parlayed basically two player props that both have an over 60% chance of hitting. So Monkey Knife Fight is giving you plus 200 odds for parlaying these together. If we want to find out what the parlay odds would be not on a DFS platform, just if we parlayed them straight up, what the true line would be, you just type in both sides of the OddsJam no vig odds. So minus 173, and we'll call this one minus 160. So the parlay odds of minus 173, minus 160 has the true parlay odds of plus 156. That's like almost 50 cents lower than what Monkey Knife Fight is giving you. So this is an awesome, awesome play specifically for Monkey Knife Fight. If you're looking for more, let's find more. Fred VanVleet over 2.5 made 3-pointers. Monkey Knife Fight giving you the implied odds of minus 137. Looks like the sports books have this price between minus 175 and minus 195, with Pinnacle at minus 189. And BetOnline's another sharp sports book. They have it at minus 185. This one has a win percentage, again, over 60%, still a very high win percentage. So here's, if you want to have, we already placed one. Here's a second one for you guys to place on Monkey Knife Fight. Fred VanVleet over 2.5 made threes. Another one on Monkey Knife Fight. DeAnthony Melton under 3.5 assists for the Sixers. So minus 137 implied odds on Monkey Knife Fight. This one has a little bit wider range. We see like from minus 143 all the way to minus 177. But if we're looking at the sharp books, what they have, Pinnacle minus 177, BetOnline minus 172, and then like DraftKings minus 175. This one is still good to go. So here is the second play of your second entry. DeAnthony Melton under 3.5 assists. This one has just below. We finally gotten below the 60% win percentage, but this one being at 59% essentially. Still a really good play. So that's 4 player props that I've already given you guys for a total of 2 entries. Next up, so that's a bunch of Monkey Knife Fight ones. Let's look at other platforms like Underdog, like PrizePicks. So for PrizePicks, the 2-leg one has implied odds of minus 137. 5-leg one has the implied odds of minus 119 for each play. And if you hit a 5-leg one on PrizePicks, you 20x your money, which is just insane. So if I type in minus 119 each way, minus 119, I do this 5 times because we're placing 5 legs. You see the implied odds of about plus 200, which means you are $50 turns into 1,000 profit. You're basically 20xing your money. So let's find plays for a PrizePicks one. So you already have 4 player props on Monkey Knife Fight. Let's find 5 on PrizePicks. Number 1, Patrick Lane under 3.5 shots on goal. Implied odds of minus 119. We see pretty much in the minus 140s across the board. Minus 140 at the lowest end, the highest end, minus 148. The sharp ones, Pinnacle, minus 148. BetOnline, minus 145. Good to go there. Win percentage of this one, closer down to 55%. Still likely to hit, still really good odds. So here's one. Second one on PrizePicks, Markelle Fultz. We're back to the steals plus blocks market. We're looking at Markelle Fultz under 1.5. Same thing here. Odds from the actual sports books that price odds individually, minus 140, down to minus 146. So a closer range here, which is a good sign because that means it's kind of locked in at this minus 140 range, giving this one a win percentage of, again, above 55%. So let's look at Kevin Durant, the next one on PrizePicks. Under 5.5 assists. So we have a ton of markets pricing this one. We see pretty much minus 137 at the lower end up to minus 146 at the higher end. So again, it's a good sign that they're all bunched together between minus 138 or minus 137 and minus 146. If we look at the sharp books, Pinnacle, minus 138, BetOnline, minus 143, and then we see like a DraftKings at minus 140. Win percentage of this one, again, above 55%. So that's the third play for PrizePicks. All three have above 55% chance of hitting. Next up, we're looking at Joel Embiid over 9.5 rebounds. Basically, will he have 10 rebounds or more? A minus 119, we know the implied odds at PrizePicks. And then it looks like the odds here range from, looks like minus 135 up to minus 150 at the high, or no, minus 155 at the highest. So a little bit of a bigger range on this one. Doesn't really scare me off because you want to look at the sharp books. Pinnacle, minus 140. BetOnline, minus 141. Win percentage, still above the 55% number. Not that that's like my limit. Like I'll still place something below 55%. That's just good that they're all above it. So this is the fourth one on PrizePicks. This is also a good play on underdog, which their payouts are a little bit different. So their payouts are minus 122 versus minus 119. The Nova Gods still price this above minus 122, so still a good play. And then the last one here, Julius Randle, under 9.5 rebounds, so he won't get to 10. Implied odds, or looks like we see odds ranging from minus 130 to minus 152. So again, a little bit of a wider range here. Still a good play. Pinnacle at minus 152. BetOnline at minus 137. Win percentage still above that 55 number. So that is 9 total player props for you guys. That's 3 entries to lock in. 1 on PrizePicks, 2 on Monkey Knife Fight. And there's still a bunch up here. So I recommend, if you want more, just go to OddsJam.com. If you're not signed up yet, you can sign up for a free trial. Obviously, free means it's completely free. 7 days. You can play around with exactly what I am showing you and start cashing for yourself. But for this video, that is all I got for you. So I appreciate everybody watching, and have a good one.